Good evening, everyone. I hope that this day finds you amazing. I really want you to get to know this woman. It's because she is strong. She is a super entrepreneur. Some call her a healer. Amazing. She is a great Reiki instructor, which she's going to do a demonstration and explain later. She on beyond. There you are. There you are.
I made it.
I know. And I'm so sorry. I thought I sent that blink. That would be the saying that we're on Facebook. So apologize.
It's okay. I was on Instagram.
Well, we could go on Instagram too. I mean, I don't care. I'm whatever you want to do. This is your show. So whatever
No,
you want to
no,
do.
no. I was like, okay, she's gonna go live on Instagram. Let me be ready.
And I wish,
That's not what
I
happens.
know, we should be. And I used to have that app where you could do all of them, but somehow it doesn't work anymore with
Sure,
my.
why?
Well, you sound great, and I have my
Okay,
headset on.
perfect.
Okay, good. All right. So, LeeAnn, I'm so moved by you. I really am, and I've told so many people. I've invited so many people to this because, LeeAnn, you really have this like you have like more talents, and they're hugely, wildly amazing. Like really, I don't have anything else to say. And I'm like, how?
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you always make me cry. When I look at your YouTube videos or whatever, or something you'll say, I'll cry, you cry, and I'm like, oh my God. So I just really love what you bring. Thank you. So I was like, telling people how you dive deep. Like you're so vulnerable and you're so open. And I just want
Thank
people
you.
to know that part of you. I think it's astounding. So what makes you
Thank you
go
so much.
deep?
I think that if the question is like what makes me go deep, it's just love makes me go deep. You know, Loving deeply makes me go deep. In 2013, I had a near-death experience, and I think you heard this story before. I had an asthma attack, died for a minute, and was brought back. And that just completely changed how I look at life and how I look at everyone. And I see the energy in people. I see the auras of people. I see the potential of people. I don't see the negative or the dark side. And some people do have dark sides. We all do. But I feel like what makes me deep is that I just look with love. Like how I look at life is through the lens of love. And even when dare I say that crap gets shitty or gets bad, I still dig deep and I look for love, and I look for because every situation we go through is a learning lesson to making us better. Sometimes we get cracked open from some situations because they're harder than others, but they are cracking us open to a deeper expression of love. And ultimately, that's the only thing that we can do. Love is the only thing. And I know you understand that because of how you paint and what you paint. And the energy you're in is the energy of love.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when you create, it's love.
Yes.
It's the same love that happens when you make love, when you run in the rain. It's all the same. Seeing the first flower of spring. It's the same energy. It's just how do we hold it and how do we keep it within, and then taking it from within and then sending it out. That's what I think. So if it's deep, you're only seeing that I'm seeing God in everybody that I look at, everyone, and and I see God in you. I see God in the homeless man on the street. I see God even in the president. I see God even in the person that we wouldn't love. I see God in that person because I have to see God in everyone because everyone is me and everyone is a part of me. So, and how can we love one another but to treat everyone as ourselves?
Oh.
So, you know, that's all I can say. And you know that because you live in that energy.
Mm.
You create that energy.
Mm. Mm.
And
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you. Thank you. I
thank you.
love that. I love what you just said because, oh my gosh, I feel like I want to cry because it's so true. Everyone that I see is me. I do see myself in the president. I'm sorry. I know people are going to like
Yeah,
whatever, but we're all
I do too. How can I not?
right.
You know, I
Exactly.
mean, we're all mirrors. We're all mirrors. I can see Jeffrey Dahmer. If I can see myself as Jeffrey Dahmer,
Yes.
because all of us at the end of the day are still children of love and children
Yes.
of God. And that's the only way that I can say it is children of, we're divine children of God, all of us.
Yes.
You know, we chose to come into this existence. We chose to make a way. We chose to live through this existence. We chose our parents. We chose the experiences. And every day we have to make a choice. We have to get up and say, I'm going to do it good or I'm going to do it bad. I'm going to try to love or I'm going to try to hate. It's a choice. So, you know, I believe for me that even when I get knocked down, I have to get back up because the only thing that I can do is continue on until it's done, until I croak or kick the bucket. You know, as Abraham Hicks says, until I croak.
Yeah.
And I want to go out in a blaze of love glory. And that's it. I just want, I would hope that people would just show up to my funeral just to be like, she was crazy as hell, but she sure did love. You know, and it's important.
I love that. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, when you had your near death experience, I mean, you had the asthma attack, and I mean, and then once after you came out of it, did you come up with all of these things that you do? Uh, how was that born? I'm sorry, that's a lot.
Well, it's funny that you say that because the near death experience did start a lot of the stuff that I create. Actually, in the hospital after the near death experience, I experienced a visit from God. And most people, however you want to take it, you can take this with a grain of salt. And he told me some things and he said, I have a job for you. I have a job for you. Everybody has a job. Some people just don't listen to me while I'm telling them their job. And some people listen really well.
Wow.
You know. And so he said, there's things that I need you to do. And he started to tell me things, and I had to write them down. And surprisingly, Summer, you would not believe this. Some of the recipes for my products I wrote in the hospital in March of 2013 when I had my near-death experience. We're talking 2020 now. And even though, you know, God and awareness, let's just call it awareness so that it doesn't make people uncomfortable. Awareness can speak to us, or spirit can speak to us. Sometimes we be like, I don't want to do that. You know? And you be like, it'll be like, and I know you know this because you follow that awareness, and it'll be like, go to Cali, go to Miami, and you listen to that awareness. And sometimes you fight against the awareness because
Yes.
it's like, and you're like, but Buffalo is cold, and I'm not a cold person. And it'll be like, I need you to go to Buffalo, and you'd be like, no. So God gave me a ton of recipes while I was sitting in the hospital bed. Okay, I know, and I still have the cards that I wrote the recipes on dated. Okay, still have them. And I was like, and he was like, these are some things I think that you should maybe make these things. These things will be good. Awareness, we'll call it awareness, or this universal spirit kept saying, I need you to write this now. I need you to do this. So while I was in the hospital bed, I was told that I was going to make a TV show, and it was going to be about interviewing people, especially for POC, for people of color, to get more comfortable with this spiritual aspect of life, which would be the angel card readers that are mediums. And God said, go out and interview these people, and I want you to tell me, is there anything different from you and them? And there was not. So I did 6 shows. They were on a TV show through Philly Cam in Philadelphia, and they actually aired on Philly 57. So I think it was 5 shows. Yeah, wow. So I did that. Wow. I interviewed a bunch of different people, and I learned so much stuff. And I realized that I needed to bring more into myself. So I needed to learn more. And during the time of recovery after my near-death experience, I did yoga in the kitchen every day for 13 months. So, and it was a 15-minute video, and I couldn't get through 7 minutes without having an asthma attack. And you'll like this, I have my inhaler with me all the time. It never leaves my side. So I would do 7 minutes. I'd have to get on the machine. I'd have to do the inhaler, and I'd go do the next 7 minutes, and I'd have to, and I did that for 13 months. And then I heard awareness say, you should just take a yoga training class and see to make yourself better. And so there was a 40-hour class, and it was supposed to be 40 hours, and it was like a introductory yoga teacher thing. And I was in that yoga class the 40 hours because I just wanted to get my own practice better. I didn't even touch my toes when I graduated from yoga teacher training. So I just wanted to be a better yoga person and understand the not just yoga, but also the teachings around Indian culture and yoga. So I was told to go to school, and I did. And during that time in school, because, the universal spirit, and that spirit does not leave you alone when it's on you. So there was a lady at the front desk who would always smile at me, very nice. And one day she's like, I just have to tell you, I'm receiving this and she just pretty much said, listen, God just said to me to tell you that you're supposed to be a full yoga teacher, that you have to go to the whole program, that this is going to be a cornerstone. She said, it's actually a touchstone to your whole path. You have to be a yoga teacher. And I said, excuse me? Because, she just was like the front desk lady. And I was like, oh my God. And at that point, I was working part-time. It was just after the near-death stuff. I hadn't gone back to work full-time. I was paying my bills, but, there wasn't really extra money for that. And I said, okay, I'll do that. I'm going to listen to her. If God told her to tell me that, I'm going to listen. So I signed up for the full class. And at that point, yoga teacher trainings were $3,000. So, they weren't cheap. Now they're $300 or $400 because it's digital, but it was $3,000. And I don't know what happened, but I talked to some people in my church. I talked to my pastor's friends, and then all of a sudden people just were like, hey, LeeAnn, do you think you can clean my house? I'll give you $100. And I'm like, sure. I need the $100. And then a friend of mine was like, remember you loaned me $150 4 years ago? I wanted to send that to you. It was things just, and to this day, Summer, I cannot tell you how it got paid for. I have no idea, but I know that the money came in from so many different ways, and it let me know that when we're plugged into the flow, when we're in that energy of love, nothing can go wrong. Even if it feels like it doesn't make sense, nothing can go wrong. So I graduated in May of 2015, and that started the rigmarole of being in wellness, and it was the touchstone for me. It was the foundation. Then in 2016, I got my Reiki master training, and that became another aspect and another part. And then you also, I know you're aware of this because we've been friends for a while. I opened up a yoga studio in 2018, well, 17, 18. It was only open for a year, and that was okay. It was a learning lesson as well. It was a hard breakup with me and my partner, but it was okay. I figured out how to love myself through things that can be really bad. And
how do you do
from
that?
there,
Wait.
how
How do you do that? And by the way, if anyone's listening, I hope everyone can hear very good. If we cannot, please let us know. But this is LeeAnn right now, and she's amazing. And she's talking about how her whole journey with deciding to teach yoga and where that birthed from. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I wanted to hear, how did you learn to love yourself through and to respect who you were through all of that? How did you do that?
I think that I was extremely gentle with myself. I did a lot of breathing because breathing is the cornerstone for another one of my tools in my toolbox. I do a lot of 3-part breath, a lot of bringing air in and taking air out, because when we bring air in, we are actually moving energy in. So if we're talking about it in the form of chi, block chi, moving chi. And we always want our chi to move. We want the energy to flow through, right? So when people get upset, we tend to just kind of, you ever see people, you be talking to them and you know that they're angry but it's body language. So it's like chi, and And you know, because you paint, that you can't paint slouched.
Right.
You know that you have to stand up and paint, and your torso has to be aware of where
Mm.
your arm is.
Mm.
So you know the energy has to move because you have that energy, that channel, all of your chakras have to be aligned so that you can get the broad strokes, so you can get the detail strokes, so
Mm.
you can back up and see the color, you can
Mm.
get close and see the detail.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you have to breathe. And I
Yes.
think that the thing that I did during that time was I meditated so much because I needed to hear that awareness. I needed to hear that higher power. I needed to hear that pure potential, that voice of reason that's non-biased. Because that's the thing that you listen to when it just whispers in your at 3 o'clock in the morning, go to Buffalo. And you're like, I don't like Buffalo. Can you come back with a new place? No, it cannot come back with a new place. It's so I just breathed a lot. I meditated a lot and I ate really good because good food makes you feel good, you know.
Mm. Mm.
And I
Yes.
made sure to be gentle with myself. And if anger came up, I made sure to move it through my body. I didn't let it just sit there. I
Mm.
changed where I was, you know. And you know this when you're creating, you can get so frustrated in the creation. And the only thing that you can do is you got to move yourself or you got to move what you're creating to a new location. And
Yes.
you know that.
Yes. Yes.
And those
Yes.
same rules apply to people, to us, you know.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I make all those rules applicable to me because I am the painting, I am the canvas, I am the tarot card, I am the crystal singing bowl, I am everything that I would ever use, every tool, I am that, you know. So, it's being gentle and breathing. Gotta
I
breathe, baby, gotta
we
breathe.
gotta breathe, gotta breathe. Okay, I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. And how did you tell us a little bit about Reiki? And what is that? Like for people who don't know what that is.
So Reiki is universal life force energy, and it is the action of being a Reiki master or a Reiki practitioner is the person who is actually a funnel. So they have learned to channel the energy through them, and then they administer it through their hands. So it comes through them, through the crown chakra, down the chakras, and then up and out of the arms, and it presses and it comes through. And what Reiki does is it actually helps to unblock your blocked chakras. So if you are having, let's just say, hypothetically, you're having money problems. I'm going to go with that because that's general for everyone. We just came out of being locked down.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so you're having money problems. So the money energy and abundance lives in our root chakra, which the color for that is red. And its Sanskrit name is Muladhara.
Mulada.
Muladhara. So let's just talk about the word itself. Muladhara. So it actually has the word moolah in it.
Oh.
Okay. So it lets you know completely what it's in power of. So if you're having problems at work, if you're having problems in any aspect of your life that deals with what you do and how you do it and how you make money supporting yourself, that's going to be there. Okay. Along with some of our universal relationships, that also lives there. So work relationships, universal relationships. Okay. So if as a Reiki practitioner, you came to me and you said, I don't know, everything's going wrong. Every time I try to save money, it falls out of my hands. Every time I try to get together or get something paid off or do something better, it never works out. Your Muladhara is blocked. I already know. And if you said to me, if you came to me and said, I feel so hypersensitive. Everything makes me cry. Everything makes me feel like I can't even process it because I'm so emotional. Your heart chakra is completely out of balance. Completely out of balance. If you said to me, oh my throat, or you said, I can't tell them the truth. I can't tell him the truth. I can't tell
Mm.
anyone. I can't tell somebody that. Your throat
Mm.
chakra's blocked.
Mm.
You know, so
Wow.
for me as a Reiki practitioner, I ask a ton of questions. So I do like a whole 30-minute talk where I ask questions and I see how you're going to respond, because in that response, it's going to tell me what it is that you really want to work on. You might say, my back hurts. I also know if your back hurts, it could be that your root chakra is acting up. That the back body is the representation of the spiritual body, okay? And the front body is the physical. Yeah, yeah. So that means that you might spiritually be putting things back. You're like, oh, like, I'm just going to put it back. I'm not going to work on that. I'm going to press it back because it's not important.
Oh
You know.
God.
But if your back starts to hurt, it spirit is saying you can't continue to put this back. I need you to do this now.
Oh
That's
my
why your back is
gosh.
hurting.
Wow.
So for me, I will give Reiki, and keep in mind, I ask all these questions so that you can regain awareness, and we discuss it so that I can say, well, this does this, and this does this, and this does this, so that you can just gain awareness of what those things do. And then you say, oh, and then when we do the Reiki, I am not trying to fix those things at all. I am trying to be a conduit of energy that goes through you, and it's like I flush the system. So I basically am holding the picture over your head, over your crown chakra, and flushing the system. So, you know, that's what Reiki is in a nutshell. It's a beautiful process.
That's beautiful. Like, that is
Yeah,
so
yeah.
beautiful. I feel like everyone, it should be a prerequisite that we all have Reiki done. It should be like from the
It should be.
president to us to our.
I do Reiki on the president, girl. I send him Reiki. I, I send Reiki to the country. I send Reiki to the world. Me too.
I love
It
it.
needs it.
I love it.
It needs it.
Yes, I
I've been
love.
sending Reiki to where there's any things that are kind of popping off that should I send Reiki to that all the time.
Wow, I
You know,
love that.
I believe that it helps. You know,
Oh,
I hope
yes.
it helps.
Well, honestly, LeeAnn, I think because you are on the earth, I think the earth is a better earth. I'm just saying.
Thank you. You too.
Really, it's the truth, really. So all right, and last question, because I know we talked about you doing a Reiki demonstration of some sort, but I wanted to
Sure.
ask you, how were your skincare? I mean, everything you've done is just, it's extraordinary. And I just want to
Thank you.
know, how was that born? How did you do that? Oh, and yes,
Okay. So, as you know, I got some of the recipes while in the hospital,
yes.
but over the course of, I want to say, for maybe 5 years, hardcore, I've been honing and building this brand. And I really believe in this brand. Now, of course, my original name is Butterflies, and you know that. But the skincare is BNB dash skincare.
Ah,
So it has its own kind of, yes.
ah,
I wanted to make it a little bit more luxe. And it had to be streamlined. Buddhas and Butterflies is beautiful, and that is my preface of business.
love
But
it.
underneath of it, I have Buddhas and Butterflies, Yoga, Reiki, Soul, and then I have B&B dash skincare under that. And then I have some other things that I'm working on. So, because some other things, like my media company and different stuff like that. So the skincare kind of started to really take shape and form. And I want to say the branding portion, I am always working on branding because I am an artist, but I am not a left brain technical labels, graphic designer artist. If that makes sense. I am a more fluid artist.
You,
I went to school for interior design, so I
yes,
can draw and I can paint, but I'm not the greatest, but I do fluid drawings and fluid
yes,
painting.
yes.
So it's been a little challenge. I find myself finding joy in creating. And my husband, thank God for my husband, he has said to me, if the fun is gone from it, you got to be done with it. As
Wow.
soon as the fun is gone,
Yes, yes,
you got to, and he's so right. He's so, so, so right.
yes,
So I
yes.
have, this is my signature, and I know it's probably backwards. This is Lunar Honey with my little butterflies. BNB Skincare. So this is one of my signature, this is one of my cornerstone products. This is a body balm. So it's 100% oils, all organic, all safely farmed, because I do use palm oil, and it's ethically sustainable palm oil. It's not like they're killing the rainforest for this. I spend a lot of money on it so that I make sure that I'm getting high quality, and I spend a ton of cash on it. So that's one of my cornerstones. And then I have my second cornerstone would be my glow. And this is the Trifecta of Oils. And when you shake it, it has beet powder in it. And what beet powder does for our face is it plumps the fine lines and wrinkles, and it fills all of these fine lines around the smile lines. So
I'm getting that. What's that called again?
that's glow. You're like,
Glow.
I need the glow.
I need to glow.
And then now I always am trying to do something more, you know.
Yes.
And of course, I make black soap. I do my version of black soap. So I have 3 kinds of black soap. This is my Flora Beats black soap. Ah, I wish you could smell it. It's a flower with sandalwood. So I'm going to tell you, lovely. Okay, so I have 3 types of soap. Then I have this is called mint. So this is my magic mint. It has peppermint and eucalyptus. So this is my magic mint black soap. And then I have my ginger rick. This is ginger and turmeric black soap. And then I have another one that I'm out of right now.
That's all right.
So where's my other one? My lavender and tea tree, I'm out of. So, and that's actually one of my cornerstones. And I always sell out of it. So it's one of my favorite products. And then I just made 2, I added a bunch of stuff. So we have masks that you can use, cocoa glow, a golden glow, and a sea glow. Those are powder-based masks that you can mix whatever you want into them and apply them to your face. I also just created a face scrub to go along with the oil, and in progress, or work in progress, WIP, I'm doing also a toner. So we're going to have rosemary toner, because I grow rosemary on my property. We have 5 acres. So I grow rosemary and sage. So I'm doing a rosemary toner and a sage toner for the face. So, and then that will go with the cocoa mint black scrub. It's like a small abrasive scrub, and it smells like a thin mint. If you like thin mints, you'll love it. It smells so good. And then I added a new portion to the line where sea moss has been really hot right now. So I have 2 sea moss based products, and this one, I swear by this. As a matter of fact, when we're done, you need to send me your address so I can send you a sample of this. This will be on me. You will love this. So this is my Illuminate. Okay. It's made with sea moss, sweet avocado oil. It is the most beautiful, viscous, wonderful. It mattifies. Now, if you put the glow on and then add this over top, it mattes the face, foundation and powder. If you can see, my powder it doesn't even look like I have powder on.
No.
I have powder on.
No, it does not.
Okay.
No.
I have powder on, and I have a little bit of a glow fire, but even without it, my skin looks amazing. Takes away dark spots, hyperpigmentation. It works with dark spots, hyperpigmentation, vitamins A, D, and E. And this has 98 minerals that your skin needs in it. 98 minerals, because it has sea moss in it. So and it smells divine. Rose and sandalwood. It smells so good. And then the comparison is my Curly hair cream. Okay. So this is, put it on the curl.
Yeah.
And then you could do your protective styles, but you keep the curls nice, and because I'm in protective style now.
Yeah.
But my Curly hair cream has mango butter and sea moss. Girl,
I can't wait to fill my cart on your website.
this, this, I, and I don't know if you experienced this summer, but do you come in and you see something you made and you're like, wow, who made that? Or you're
Yes.
in such awe
Yes.
that it's
Yes.
like,
All the
what?
time.
Like,
Yes.
who made that?
Yes. All the
Who
time.
made that?
Who made that? I'm like, who made
Because,
that? I just live here. Who is that?
because,
Right.
yeah, who did that? Because it's like, I always say, I'm like, listen, you can worry about the quality and the quantity. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to be an open vessel so that you can just, whatever it is you want, you got it. And the hair, this was a download. Now, I used to make I am allergic to coconut oil. So all of my products that are topical, except for the soap, don't have coconut oil in it. And the reason why the soap that has coconut oil in it is because it goes through a saponification. It goes through a chemical change. Oils and lye equals soap. It cooks out the oils. So the oils are no longer viable as coconut oil. They become saponified oils, which means they're soap. So the coconut oil doesn't do the same thing to me that it used to do when I was putting it on my hair, on my eyes, on my lips. And I mean, I was getting red rashes and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Let me put some more coconut oil on. And it was getting worse and worse and worse. And
Whoa.
then I realized I was allergic to coconut oil.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
I had to transition out of coconut oil and everybody loves it. I love coconut oil. It had its place for me for 10 years, but it's not for me now. And I can easily, take instead of coconut oil, I use mango butter, I use avocado oil, I use avocado butter. There's so many other things out there. Kahlua oil. There's so many beautiful,
Whoa.
beautiful exotic oils to use. And I actually really love what I do. I also have a specific line that's for people with eczema, psoriasis,
Mm.
any skin problems. If you have dark spots, psoriasis, dry skin, cracking skin, peeling skin, I have a full eczema line. So I have pine tar lavender soap. That's for the eczema. I have an eczema mend, which is a salve with it has pine tar in it, 6%. And then I have a actual beautiful lotion. I have an eczema lotion called Eczema Restore. It's a very light lotion that has pine tar in it, and it's amazing. And to be totally honest, this whole week
Wow.
that before this, I've been trying to figure out what's going to get cut from the line.
Really?
Yeah, there's a sense of like
Yes.
some things have to transition out. It's
Yes.
like going from doing 12-foot paintings to doing cards.
Yes.
Or because sometimes you gotta transition into something different,
So
you
true.
know.
So true. Yes.
So with great love, I mean, there's a lot of things
Right.
that people are like, don't cut this, don't cut that. Well, you got to buy all 100 that I have.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Because if
Exactly.
it's not moving, if your favorite thing is not moving and you're the only person that purchases it, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to stick around. So yeah, I find myself looking at it, and I know you understand this as a business person. You got to figure out what's actually floating the bill and what is not. And we have to be really practical and pragmatic. Even though as artists we want to flow and we want to create, we still have to be practical. And some
Yes.
things are just they're not going to make the cut.
Yes.
But I'm doing systems now, so I have the balm and the lotions go with the soaps, so it's a system, for your skin if you're looking for a specific healing or hydration. We're going to go into systems in 2021.
Love it.
So
Love it.
be on the lookout yeah,
I
for pairings, systems, and groupings. So
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Now tell us your website again because I know it, but I want you.
sure.
Yes.
Sure. It's www.b, the letter N, the letter B, dash skincare.com, or my old website, Buddhas, the letter N, butterflies.com, will get you to the same place and you'll find the same things.
Nice.
All the yoga stuff is under Grow Space in my website.
Oh,
And that's where
yes.
the Reiki is at. That's where the sound healing. I'm also sound healing certified. So I play crystal singing bowls. I do tuning forks. So
What?
there's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So I know I want to keep you on here forever. Okay, so can you do a demonstration with some sound or Reiki or something right
What
now?
we're gonna do is we're gonna all do Reiki together. So we're gonna do a little 5 minute keying into the Reiki energy, and I'm gonna show you how to administer some Reiki to yourself as
Oh,
I
wow.
send it to you.
All right.
So you're gonna use your hands. Now, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna make sure our back is nice and straight.
Oh, let me turn my
We're gonna have
chair
our
around.
palms. Yeah, in the chair. I know I'm sitting all cross-legged, but I want you to be nice and straight. So palms facing up in our laps, so we're receiving. Good. We're going to close our eyes and take a big inhale and exhale at the sound of off. Inhale. And I just want you to, for a moment, just to breathe. Bring awareness to the inhalation and exhalation. And I want you to visualize beautiful white light over top of your head. And then I want you to see that white light over your head pouring white energy into the crown. And I want you to see that white energy going down the spine, into the toes, the legs, coming up into the arms, elbows, and wrists, and pooling in your hands. That white light is pooling in your hands. And then I want you to take your palms together, and I want you to start to rub your hand in a circle like you're warming your hands up. And we'll keep our eyes closed, and we'll just continue to see the pooling happening. We have this beautiful energy pooling in the center of our hands. Good. And I want you to start to pull those hands away and press them together. Not all the way, leave about 1/4 of an inch. And start to feel the energy that you feel between your hands. Just maybe a little inch between. And then I want you to roll it like you're rubbing, but the hands are not touching. Good. And then back, and just rub it back. And then take them out and then in, out and in. Good. I want you to feel that energy that's pulsing between your hands. Good. Circling it. Good. And then we'll rub those hands together one more time. So we're rubbing. Good. And then I want you to scan your body as you're rubbing your hands and see if there's any place, maybe your knees, maybe your chest, maybe your shoulders, maybe your eyes, maybe your throat, maybe your neck is a little tight. Any place that you feel like is a little tight. Just place your hands, cup them over that space. I'm going to choose my eyes. That's why I took my glasses off so I can just cup them over my eyes. And I find that we've been using our eyes so much that just giving a little bit of this energy into the eyes has helped so much. And it's basically blocking out all the light that could possibly seep in. And then I want you to start to pull any energy out of that spot. So I'm going to pull it out of my eyes. If you chose your eyes, pulling out, just feel like you're pulling out any stagnant energy from your eyes and you're flicking it away. Good. Last time. And then hands over the eyes one last time. And let the hands that have those pools of white light in the palms, just let the pools drip into the eyes. Good. And then we'll release our hands down. And we'll take an inhale and exhale with the sound of off. Inhale. we'll just bring the chin to the chest. And here we'll slowly open the eyes. And slowly open the eyes, slowly lifting the head. And then a big stretch and yawn, like a baby waking up from a nap. And you just gave yourself a little bit of Reiki.
I loved it. I took my headphones out because I wanted to hear everything you said. So hold on. That was wonderful. I took my headphones out because I wanted to make sure I heard every single thing that you said.
Okay.
And it was,
Good.
oh, I feel so relaxed, actually. I feel really
And
relaxed.
it's just, we're doing part visualization, part action.
Uh-huh.
So you actually, rubbing your hands together actually brings the energy of the palms and it ignites the chakras in the hands.
Really?
So we ignited the chakras by doing that. So anytime that you might be blocked, let's just say you're blocked in painting and you can't think of something, ignite your chakras in your hands and just give yourself a little energy. So you give each hand Reiki. That's you giving it Reiki by igniting the palm.
Wow.
And you'll feel the difference in your hands because you can feel it when you do that. It's funny, we do it when we're cold, we're like, oh, I'm cold. And you don't even realize that you're actually giving energy to yourself.
No.
You're unblocking chi.
Wow. I did not
You're
know
unblocking
that.
that
That's
energy.
crazy. I love it. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been like, I mean, I could go on for an hour because you are so multi-talented. Like she said
Thank you,
earlier,
Michael.
she is an interior designer, she is an artist, she is an author, she is all these things, and she's a self-awareness person that I think is really crucial. But I just want to thank you so much. And everyone, please go to her website. I posted it. So make sure you go to her website and I will repost it again. And she's on
Thank
YouTube.
you.
She's everywhere. She's on Instagram as Buddhist and Butterfly and also as BNB Skincare. And she's on YouTube. So someone that you need to know. She's a healer.
Thank you
All right.
so
Thank you
much.
much, LeeAnn. I hope this was
Thank you
great
so
for you.
much.
Thank
I
you.
love you so much.
Thank you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I love
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Keep coming. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.